CHICKEN. Use the code chicken in the shop. CHICKEN. Use the code
Guys, the chicken is here, back today with another Boom Beach video. In today's video, guys, we got a solid one for you. We went on a huge win streak, all the way basically from 13 to 17, and I think we're even going to be able to push forward more. Yeah, so guys, if you haven't already figured out, make sure that you join the Discord server. The link to that is in the description of the video. If you find these videos help you out, make sure to subscribe, leave a like in the video, and I appreciate it if you consider use the code chicken in the shop. So what we're going to get into, well, let's take a look at the leaderboard, actually. So, now, I could rant here for a minute, but I'm not going to. But, I mean, here's the thing, man. I could get up here on my soapbox, and I could say things about people that are lower ranked than me, right? One, that's stupid. It looks dumb. Two, it's Warships, man. You go up and down, you hit walls, it's peaks and valleys. That's what it, like, because Shishk is beneath me, does that mean I'm now better than Shishk? Of course not. Of course not. You know, you'd have to be stupid to think that. But, you know, what I will say, I'm not going to say any names. I'm not going to do any call-outs. I'm not going to do any drama. There's enough drama in the world. We don't come to the chicken for more of it, right? We come here just to play Warships. But what I will say is, you know, in, you know, the small community that we've got, it's better to build each other up than to try to tear each other down. There's not that many of us left. Let's not try to tear each other down. That's all I'm going to say. All right, so moving forward, here's what we got. Now, I went through 4ER. I got shock mines. I got flamethrowers. And now I have 75 keys, and we're at the turning point. So this is really kind of like a crossroads in the tech tree. We can either go to the shock launcher or go to the rocket choppers. Now, I think both of these can be very effective tech, depending on you. So if you're better, or if you're not better, if you're really good with rocket choppers, essentially the meta is I'll try to find an attack that used them. I think the last guy did, actually. I'll try to find an attack that used it just so I can show you real quick. Yeah, here we go. So here's kind of how we're using rocket choppers right now. Is you're basically... you can throw in brick and some heavies and stuff, or maybe bullet would work better with taunt. But here's basically how I'm seeing them being used right now if you unlock them right away. It's basically flare to different spots, like flare to open areas, and then shock all the single target. This guy, you know, no offense to Mr. Chinese Letters, but he obviously did a pretty poor job of it. I'm not saying it doesn't work. It can work very well if you're comfortable using this meta. Then I think that's the right choice for you guys to go forward. Is to take down, or sorry, to use the rocket choppers and try to get through the base like that. I'll speed this ahead just because it's long, but yeah, so not for everybody, not for everybody. That's why I'm going to go with the shock launchers. Now, I only have, I do have 75 keys, but I have 400 tokens. So what I'm actually going to do is, the thing that sucks about going from 4 to 5 is we're trapped getting these tanks. There's no way around them. But my plan is, I'm thinking I just want to get to heavy choppers as quickly as possible. Now, keep in mind, this is a short season. It's 21 days. We have less tech off the start, so it makes these kind of decisions, like, you know, every tech decision is very, very important. Like, say I'm going to stall and I'm going to go back and get rocket launchers. That means I got to get rocket choppers that I'm probably not going to use, so I'm wasting 34 keys there. Then I'm also wasting 32 keys on these tanks. It's a lot of keys just going to waste. So instead, let's go ahead. Let's grab the shock launcher. And let's get that up to tick 3. I think tick 4 we get another one. So we got a chest coming up soon. But for now, I'm not sure where the best place is to put this. I'm actually still using the same base. My kind of... The way I do it in Warships, my kind of philosophy on the base is if it's not broke, don't fix it, right? Simple as that. If it's working, keep rocking with it. And then if not, then, you know, that's one of the things... It's one of the steps you always got to look for. When you're not doing so well. That's always something you got to look for. Where do I want to put it, though? I don't really know. Maybe in the back would be good. Easy barrage target, but let's see how it goes. Let's see how it goes. So I'll show you my last hit, just in case things all fall apart here, which tends to happen sometimes. Pretty simple meta. So we're going with heavies and Zukas, and it's always a little bit different. Typically, if, you know, for a base like this, if this engine was over here, then we would just do 5 heavies, 3 Zookas. Iron Will is very important for walking over mines, and then we're just going to push forward. If this engine is over here, you'll see what I'm doing now. I find it's the best way to do it is to simply delay drop a boat of heavies to clear the mines, and then a boat of Zookas behind those heavies, and then they take that down. No problem. And they also take it down kind of at the same time that all this stuff is going down over here. Again, it depends a little bit on the placement, but I found delay dropping that second boat of heavies and Zookas works. You can't just throw down Zookas because there's usually a lot of splash damage and there's usually a lot of mines in the way. But other than that, you know, you're pretty well good to go. One boat of heavies usually covers things. So you see right here, then we're okay to flare at the end, and yeah. So in terms of times, 3 minutes is like perfect. Typically you want to be like 242 plus is kind of what I'm aiming for right now. So let's get into some live attacks here. Finally, chicken's blabbering away today. All right, so this is gonna be the same as the last base. We're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, brick, and we're just going to run up. We're gonna clear, and let's go like that. And we'll use some Iron Wills as we come through. We're going to hit all these shock mines. We're going to hit all the shock mines. Is there any more shock mines that you have? Okay, so this happens sometimes too. They'll split like that. In that case, just beef up the middle. Now I'm going to throw a shock here just in case, because I only have a few Zookas on that side. Oh, I also maxed the medkits. That was definitely huge. Okay, let's go like that. Now, I kind of messed up here because I didn't realize they were going to split like that. So now I've got, like, all these troops going down over there, which I don't need. But let's see if we can figure something out. We still brick up. We got all these mines to go over, though. Let's actually flare them this way. I think we just lost all our Zookas. Yeah, so we're screwed now. Damn. Well, you know. Yeah. There's no way we can save that. Unless he fizzles, there's no way we can save this. That was just bad. Ah, yeah. They don't typically spread like that. I've only seen that happen once where they all turn towards the right anyways. So, I mean, it's something to watch if he's got defenses or whatever up by, like, the P3 slot there. Definitely something to keep in mind. Ah, that's so frustrating, though, because that was such an easy base. We could have smoked that one. All right, let's try it again. Now, I don't typically do this, guys, but I'm actually going to clip this out. So, we moved up to number 12 on the leaderboard, and I had a couple of much better attacks than what I initially showed in the video. So let's just break these down real quick. And now it's the same thing that I was trying to do. We just had a better go of it, I guess. So you see right here off the drop, we go 4 heavy spread, 2 Zookas in behind, walking up straight with battle orders. Now, you want to use shocks on things like mortars or large clusters of defenses, max flamethrowers, anything that's going to melt the heavies really quickly. That's where you want to use your shock bombs. But you're basically just using a mix of shocks, Iron Will when you're coming close to mines, specifically when the Zookas are coming close to mines, med kits, and that's pretty well it. So, yeah, we're just kind of cycling between those as needed. You know, always, you try to avoid the shock mines if you can. You know, obviously you can't always do that, so... yeah, you just try to work your way around those best as you can. Also, on my base, I actually do have shock mines, but you just can't see them. I've got every single one of them is hidden, so I think that helps. You actually can hide them behind regular cannons too. Yeah. I think I need to move these ones on this wall because I feel like they never get hit. So, yeah, we'll see about that. But and then we'll go to the last hit here. Of course, as soon as I stop recording, everything goes great. And when I'm recording, it all falls apart. But I don't know. I think that's kind of a mix of just talking and playing. Sometimes it's distracting, but I mean, you'd think I'd be used to it by now. But here we go. All right, so same setup. Now this one we're going to delay drop a boat of heavies on the right. And through the first bit, this is a tough base because he's really like well spread out and he's got a lot of mines in different places. So, you know, it's just something to keep on top of. Now, those Zookas, I'm not going to try to protect them. They're simply just going to walk over the mines. There's nothing we can do. We just have to slowly let the heavies take out those mines and then let the Zookas take over from there. I probably should have shocked that mortar. That was a little bit reckless. Just let it sit there and hope that it didn't target the Zookas. With the max mortars, they're a little bit trickier because you can't tell where they're shooting. With the lower level mortars, you can actually wait and you can see. when they're about to target you. Little thing, but I don't know, it helps sometimes. And yeah, so make sure you're flaring the engines at the very end. You know, it's gonna make, like, all these hits come down to just a matter of seconds. But you see these last times here. Well, that guy failed, but well, this guy also failed. So maybe the defense is working. But yeah, I have not changed this defense since I went to 4 engines. So I wouldn't say it's the best, but I think it's solid. I think it's pretty solid. This guy actually went with barrage. So okay, he tried to barrage out 2 engines. That was a little feisty. But yeah, just want to slide that in there, guys. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe to the channel for more warships, and we'll see you in the next one, guys. Check it out.